see that you my friend and all of stuff like that. But in my mind, I was completely full of doubt.
You're gonna know my name. You're gonna know my name. No hype, no fame. I'm just glad at you. Us against the world. Be family. Be family. Be family. Be family.
What's going on, Be Family? Your boy's back.
It's your girl Mariah, back with another video.
Okay, just do what you want to do. And then you just stop in the middle of the road.
And then you stop.
I mean,
in the middle of
and
the
then
road. You wouldn't even going that way.
people, come on now.
Let's point this out because this is hilarious.
So, Beer Family, it is story time. Story time. So, today's story is going to be based around how me and Mariah knew each other more than one. You know, that person that, you know, like in the movies, you look into their eyes and you kind of figure, that's the one. Like, we'll come back. We're going to hit y'all back with another video for those of y'all that don't know about me and Mariah's long distance relationship.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
You can talk about that for hours.
For a whole nother day. Like, that's just, you know, that's a whole
lot.
nother story.
So do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I want to hear you talk about me.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're up now?
Say what's up, Beer Family.
You okay? Okay. We're doing a story time about how me and Dad knew that we were the one for each other, okay? So you got to listen to it, okay? Okay. And you know, this is really fun because I'm sure y'all can't see right now, but y'all probably see a little bit up here, but it's a little rainy out, it's a little gloomy.
But like, we have decided not to let coronavirus beat us.
No.
So we do a drive almost like every other day.
Yeah.
We just got to get out of the house because it's just...
Yeah, it's too much. So, I'm going to go ahead and start off. So, guys, I pretty much knew that Jerry was the one from, I will say this, from day one.
Talk about me.
Oh my God. So I was 14 when I first met Jerry. And he was a couple years older than me. And we knew each other through church. He came and spoke. From him coming to speak at our youth conference at our church, we kept in contact, obviously. And we became really, really close friends. And we talked about everything. I mean, when I tell you everything, like nothing was off limits. Nothing.
We're saving lives today.
Oh, babe. Aww.
Save the turtles.
Oh, Jesus.
Love to get your turtle.
It's just a little turtle.
Yeah, save it.
Oh. No. It's gonna take him about 2 years to get across there.
Yeah.
You just made it so much easier.
However, it is.
Rona
is out. Oh, you got it.
Stay up on it.
In the middle of the road. Let's go.
Okay. So, we talked about everything. We were close. I mean, nothing was off limits. So, we gained a really good friendship. And we were friends for about 2.5 years. Like, close friends. Like, and it wasn't even on no like stuff. Like, it was just full out 2 pastors' kids relating to each other, telling each other our whole life stories, and being normal young kids, friends, whatever. I will say that I knew that Jerry was the one from get-go because I always had it in the back of my head, even being young. I was like, oh, like, that would be so cool one day, like, we got older and it was like a serious thing. I don't think there was like a defining moment, like, this is the moment when I knew when he said this, I was like, he's the one. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like the movies. It was just over time, conversations, things, and I started realizing, like, okay, different conversations that we would have, And I realized, I said, man, like all the things that I ever wanted, like in a significant other, like he checks off all of this stuff, you know? And so I started realizing that the older I got, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, we're really good friends, and that's always what I wanted, is to be with somebody that I could relate to friendship wise, like without, you know, because a lot of things nowadays is really physical, like, you know, everything is like everything is physical. I was always like, here, like, where's your mind at? Where's your spiritual mindset? Like, what are your goals? Like, financially, what do you, like, do you have a vision for your family one day? Like, all of that stuff. Like, I was into that stuff. Like, that's what I cared about. So the fact that he checked off all of those things, and it was weird because I didn't realize it until we were like 2 years into our friendship, and I was like, everything that I want or desire for my one day husband to have or to be or to flow in, he's that now. And I was just like, huh, like that was a thing. So for me, it was kind of like I always knew in the beginning, like a little inkling. But then I would say 2 years later, when we really developed a real friendship, is where I kind of was like, wow, I think this guy is the one. We had a lot of obstacles, you know, and one of my main things that like kind of, I won't say discouraged me, but I'll just use it because of this video, but what discouraged me about it was because of the distance. And I was all the way in Wisconsin, he was all the way in Mississippi, and I'm just like, you know, when we got to a point to where we were actually, you know, trying to date and like each other and stuff like that, I was just like, how would it actually work with like long distance? So that's gonna be part 2 to this video. You know, when I moved here, it was so funny because like some of Jerry's friends or family was like she popped up out the blue, and some people that I knew felt the same way. Like from where I was from, they was like, you got married?
Like, we have close people that are like really close, even now, still close to us, that were around, that knew, like, late nights we on the phone time.
Yes.
I mean, we
would be on the phone all night, y'all. So to sum up my part of it, I felt like the defining moment, like, probably was like 2 years after we had already been friends. Before it was, I feel like we had just started like saying, like voicing to each other that we kind of like each other, but it wasn't like we were dating. We wasn't dating yet, but we were just kind of like asking each other. I remember, do you remember we used to ask each other like, are you feeling that? Like, do you feel? Right. It would be so funny. Like, we would always feel the same things. Like, are you feeling like this weird, like, connection? Like, is something here? Like, what is this? So yeah, that's that for me.
So all of my feels are the same as Mariah in a lot of different areas. However, your boy's a player. So like, don't get it twisted. Like I see that you my friend and all of this stuff like that, but in my mind, I was completely full of doubt. Like, I knew for a fact that it wasn't gonna work. Like, the distance was too much. Talked on the phone as best friends and stuff like that. And I think at one point it was like a really short, maybe like 6 months or something like that, we actually tried to see if like dating each other would work.
Yes, and, I remember that.
It didn't, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so when it did not work, I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm, you know, what these streets talk about? Like, is anybody single? I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, would you like to go on a date with your boy? I mean, like, come on, you know?
Yeah.
So I met this young lady, whatever, and like, so both of, like Mariah said, both of our parents were pastors, and we have certain convictions that were like passed down from family. Whereas somebody else would probably be perfectly fine with being intimate before marriage.
Yes.
Like, that wasn't happening over here, or because of my dad's a pastor. So this one particular night, I was talking to this girl, and I was at her house, and one thing led to another, and stuff almost got real serious. It was a situation, and in the middle of the situation, because of my personal convictions, I was like, you know what, we can't do this. We can't do this. I wound up leaving her house, and I called Mariah, and I'm like, yo, listen, I just almost did this or whatever. I pretty much poured my heart out to.
Okay, before he says this next part, I gotta just clarify to y'all. At this moment that he's talking about, we had tried to date.
Yeah, we tried.
Okay, we tried to date, and we felt like the long distance, we were doing something wrong. Cause our relationship kinda in a way started changing, because we went from being really close, talking every day, having that connection, and then we started dating, and we felt like it messed up the friendship. Cause that happens with some people. They are friends first, right. They start dating, and it don't be a thing for them. They we should just stay friends. Don't try to take it to another level.
Right.
But we felt like, no, it's something, but it kind of messed up. So then we kind of went, and he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing, and then this situation happened.
Yeah. But even in the middle of us trying to date and it not work, we still had a really close friendship.
Yes.
It was a really close friendship.
Yes.
And we were it wasn't like we talked every day or even every week for that matter, but we stayed in contact. She knew what was going on with me, I knew what was going on with her. And so I decided to call her this night, man, and unknown to me, she'd be my wife.
Me?
Yeah, call Mariah. And so unknown to me at that time, Mariah would be my wife. I'm calling her, and I'm like, man, talking to her about my personal convictions, about how I almost slipped up with this girl that wasn't my wife and whatever. And Mariah did not judge me. She did not say nothing crazy. She didn't hang up in my face. It wasn't there was the way she handled that situation. I hung up the phone, and I was like, you know what? I'm marrying her. It is what it is. There's no way, there's no other way around it. The way she handled that situation was so, kind. She handled that situation, I don't know if the people, our viewers, our subscribers, whoever you are out there watching this video, I don't know if you have personal convictions or personal things that you standards that you try to hold yourself to, but
morals.
Morals and stuff like that. If you've ever breaking or went against one of your personal morals or one of your personal beliefs, with me, I can speak for me. I look for some type of chastisement. I look for some type of, you shouldn't have did this, you that, you this. So my reasoning for calling her was so that she would act a certain way. I was hoping she was going to be like, you stupid, I can't believe you, I still like you.
Right,
I was hoping that it would
go in.
I just knew it was going to be something like that. But when it was the complete opposite, everything's going to be all right, you just got to, get up, dust yourself off. It was just when she responded out of genuine love, I was like, I see what we're doing.
I understood where he was, so I was able to just be there for him and just be like, look, if those are your beliefs, you walking out of there and you sticking to that was exactly what you needed to do, But it wasn't in a judgment type of way, because I too had slip ups and stuff like that. So I just thought in my head, I was like, even though I'm sad about this almost slip up, I'm gonna show love and just be there and just listen.
Little did she know, she solidified every single.
So Jerry actually had a moment.
Oh, man.
You actually had a moment when you said that. Yeah.
Every single thing that I thought about her in my head prior to us trying to date and it not working out, I had to revisit it, and I was just blown away. She began to start Like she fit every criteria. At that moment, Mariah was the one. She was gonna be Mrs. Beard. And here we are 8 years later.
8 years later, y'all.
8 years.
Yep.
Get you some of that.
Yeah, it was definitely, and that situation ties into what I was saying on my side when it comes down to, like, I didn't have an exact moment. Was part of seeing, like, okay, wow, because any other, not saying any other guys, like there's Jerry's the only guy like this in the world.
To my fellas, I get where you're going. To my fellas, I know some of y'all, some of my homies, are probably side-eyeing like you had the perfect opportunity and you walked out. Yes.
And see stuff like that, for me, I was like, wow. Because number one, you're young. And that was like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I feel like it's not just a thing then, but even now, like it's worse, where it's like that age for like tapping into that is like so quick. Like we're doing it earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. And so I knew that there were certain things that I wanted inside of my husband, which a man that will stand up for what he believe in, like, and leave and just be like, I'm not down with this, I can't do it, and don't care about the embarrassment, don't care about people judging or what other people may think. That for me was like, check.
I'm gonna say this and we gonna let y'all bounce up out of here.
Yeah.
So if you're enjoying this so far, you gotta come back, because in a couple videos we are going to go into how in the world, I'm talking about, we're going to go into it in great detail. We might even post some old pictures of us in the airports and old videos and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Like,
we got a video coming soon of just, we're going to be roasting each other.
Yeah, we got a roast session coming up with each other, and it's gonna be
hilarious.
You gotta tune in. Why are you not subscribed? Why are you
watching this video and
you're not subscribed? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind?
All I'm gonna say is
say what you gotta say.
Subscribe. We are almost at 400 subscribers, and we plan to do a giveaway.
I'm talking about cash, moolah, baby.
Money, okay? So, you guys have to subscribe, and yeah.
If you really want to see the 3 Microtronics, my video, you really got to subscribe.
So, what? All right, listen, we love you, Beard family.
Yes.
We will see you in the next video. Peace.